I was in Italy when I was 10, the first time. I think even this built me as a very loving design and architect, because just seeing it when you're 10 years old in Italy and being with the parents who are actually looking into specific architectural details or monuments, that was exceptional. Construction in Europe and construction in America, it's completely different. And knowing from the base all the details how to build a European kitchen in American house, that was tremendous, and that was very important for me. For everyone who is actually considering to work with their husband, they need to ask themselves a lot of questions, like to ask if I'm ready to be with this person 24/7, if I'm ready to have a difficult conversation, or if I'm ready to talk about business even in night.
Dasha, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me.
So for the listeners meeting you for the first time, like how do you describe your studio and like who you do it for?
Well, Studio Quattro Design, we represent one of the biggest Italian kitchen manufacturer in Italy. And on top of that, we also work with the kitchen, with the closets and vanities, and basically every single cabinet in the house we can create, we can produce, bring, design, and install. We are bringing more modern aesthetic to the South California, and I believe this is something that really will work here with this beautiful nature, ocean, sun. This is something that really missing in the local homes, and I really truly believe that every family really deserves a nice kitchen, not expensive one, but very beautiful, functional, long lasting, not and just bringing joy when you cook and when you have gathering and family. So this is my vision. I really truly believe that kitchen is one of the most important parts of the house, and this is where we all gather. We have family, we have coffee in the morning, we're starting our day, and it really it should bring you joy, and just entering your beautiful kitchen every morning would make your day start great.
You grew up in Moscow in a family of architects. Like what's your earliest memory of design being part of just everyday life at home?
Oh, well, I guess that was very different from any other kid in my school, because my parents were very particular in selecting furniture and cabinetry, even though in that time in Moscow there was nothing. Everything was so standard. Everybody had the same. But my parents know, like with their knowledge, and they're great architects, actually very modern as well. They created something special, even with the materials that like was very typical. And I remember from being a child how we were selecting and going to the furniture store. So that is actually almost in my DNA. So I loved it from the beginning. And then my life brought me into this amazing industry.
Was that like a given that you're just gonna go directly into the design field, or like did you resist it at the beginning?
I resisted. Honestly, I was resisting because I didn't want to go into architecture field. Because it was too big for me, too complicated. And when I was in the last year of this school, my mom started doing interior design. It was a new profession in that time. Nobody was doing it prior. And I saw what she's doing, and I started helping her, drawing tiles on the blue, on the drawing, like on the paper. And I really loved it. And I told her, Mom, I think I want to do that. So I went to the interior design university in Moscow.
What did your family kind of early on taught you about like space, proportion, or beauty and things like that you still carry on to your work today?
As I said, my family, well, all three of them, I have an older brother, 4 years older than me. So when I just started university, he was almost finishing his architecture university. And it was everywhere, and we were traveling a lot. I was in Italy when I was 10 the first time, and I think even this built me as a very loving design and architect, and like beautiful surroundings, because just seeing it when you're 10 years old in Italy and being with the parents who are actually looking into specific architectural details or monuments, that was exceptional. I really I love that in me, and I think it built myself from the very from the childhood.
So you mentioned earlier that you're an interior designer who specializes in Italian cabinetry. What is the most common kind of misconception that you have to really clear up for the most of the people that you met for the first time?
I don't, I think I don't have any misconception. It's actually people appreciate it from the beginning because I speak from the design, interior design knowledge. I know I'm not only like hanging wall cabinets and placing the base cabinets and just whatever. I know how materials are matching. I know the engineering perspective. I know how I'm asking right questions to my clients. How are they living? What is their day flow? Are they like and I feel connection right away, usually with the clients, because I'm asking the right questions. And knowing that I'm experienced designer from the beginning, it gives them a very good feeling that they're in the right hands and everything's gonna be okay.
Gotcha. And your path earlier that you've mentioned to Moscow to Italy to Shenzhen, China to like Bay Area to Southern California, like walk us through like how really one chapter leads to the other one. It was very interesting.
Well, I'm grateful to all my life journey. Actually, it gave me so much experience, knowledge, just like visual. Italy happened when I was working a lot with Italian factories already, and I always wanted to move and see other countries and explore the world. So it came very natural, and we opened the company there. We moved as a temporary residential. We got the visa, and the whole idea was to show our clients who were in Moscow, to bring them and show manufacturers that. So, for example, we were working on big houses and we would bring the client to Italy, and we would take them to all the factories that we were using for them in this house, and they would see it from the basics. And that was amazing experience for everybody, for me, for the clients. So that was the whole idea. Apart from, it was just easier to go and to check all the factories that I've been working back then, because I wasn't focusing on one like right now. I was working with many different companies. Whatever my client needed, I would go and find it, and I will work, and I will bring it to the client. So
Mm.
China happened, Shenzhen happened because my ex-husband was relocated to China for his main work. And then it was amazing experience as well, because China is amazing. And especially Shenzhen, the way this city was built in 20 years. And it's just, it's hard to believe and hard to imagine all the hard work and all the manufacturers around. That was amazing experience to see the difference in different world, because Italy is completely opposite. And yeah, I'm grateful for this. It wasn't easy to live there, but I'm grateful for every single city in my life that I lived. And Bay Area happened also because my ex-husband was relocated to the Silicon Valley. He was in tech, and I found myself in an amazing company with one of the other biggest kitchen companies in Italy, Luba Cucine. And I had amazing 4 years building this company with my previous employees. And Yeah, and after that, my new partner got a promotion and great opportunity in Orange County. And we're very adventurous people. I decided that I really want to change in my life. Every change in my life was bringing me something amazing. So we moved in Orange County, and I was trying to work to go and find some work. I was trying to work with different companies in Orange County in the same field, but every time I would meet the owner, I would feel that I have much more experience and knowledge, and then it wouldn't be such a step back to go and just draft kitchens. And my husband now, he offered me to start my own business, and we did it with his support, with his knowledge. We're doing it together now, and I'm grateful for all the amazing steps that we are going through and doing this together.
Wow, what an amazing journey. What first kind of went from constructions in general? So we have obviously materials all over the place, right, from all over the country. What delve you into being the journey and going into now Italian specialized cabinetry? Is there more about like the craftsmanship from in particular, or like what kind of made you tailor towards that particular Italian manufacturing?
Italy, Italy is they're the best in design, right? They are the ones who've been replicated and just duplicated. And uh, I've been working with Italian factories for more than 15 years. I knew them from the I've been on every single manufacturer, like the actual factory that I've been working with, and it's my passion. I love to work with Italians. I love how they do the production. I love the finishes, and it wasn't even. I think I never even questioned myself what if I want to go with German or American. I think it's Italians are the best in then what they're doing, and I wanted to work with the best.
Amazing. The name of the studio, Quattro, excuse me, with my Asian tongues, right? It was
Studio Quattro.
born, yes, it was born during your time in Italy. Like, tell
Yeah.
us that story. Why four?
Four, which is quattro in Italian, it was always my favorite number since I was a kid. And when you're a kid, you're always been asked, what's your favorite number, color, right? I don't know why, but my number was always four. And when I was thinking about the name of my company in Italy, it's like Quattro, and I really loved how it sounds. And it's a kind of it's a square with four angles, and it it just was born one day when I was walking my dog in the background of my Italian house, and yeah, it just happened like that. And I was very grateful when my husband agreed with me to keep the name here. So it means a lot to me that this company is actually continue the journey in Solana Beach and will be more in all over the California.
Your years in Shenzhen, China, like, what did living in China teach you about design, manufacturing, how it is little bit different? Because we're looking at different continents of the country as well, right? You're looking at Europe versus Asia, now here in America. What are those kind of differentiators for them, and what that experience really taught you?
Yeah. Well, Italians, even if it's a very industrial country and they have so many different factories, manufacturers, they are still very homey people. They're very friendly. It's still, you feel like you're in the family, even if you're in a huge manufacturer, and I really love it. China is very industrial, and it's fast. It's very functional, and I mean the connection, like both of these categories are great, and if we can combine, the speed, the quality, and also the connection with people, that would be great. But yeah, China actually just highlighted that I really love European culture even more.
What about the times in the Bay Area? You've helped build the showroom from ground up for a company. What did that experience really teach you that you couldn't learn it in a regular classroom?
A lot. Just by being in this company, I've never been a partner, but I was always the next to the owner of the company, and I've been always heard. I've been always asked about almost any decision in the company, and it gave me this vision, first of all, that I can do it myself. And it's been a great lesson in life, because it's not. I'm very grateful for all the time that I was spent together. I learned so much in terms of, because construction in Europe and construction in America are completely different, and knowing from the base all the details, how to build a European kitchen in American house, that was tremendous, and that was very important for me. And like, it's actually made me the professional that I am right now, with all the knowledge that I got from Bay Area experience, and knowing people, and knowing American people and clients, that what they actually want, what are they looking, because it was completely different in Italy or in Russia. So that experience is very important in my professional career.
Out of like all those experience, you've went to like all those amazing places and people that you worked with. Which one would you say that you it shaped you the most when it comes onto your design eye, and how?
I don't think I can segregate something. I think
Really?
all my cities, all the companies that I've been working with, and inside the companies, they gave me piece by piece the the knowledge that I have right now and I'm using. So, of course, Italy. Just being in Italy, it's experience that I wish every designer or industry professional could have, because it's just knowing, just being around the people and being around the beautiful architecture and design, that gives you so much inspiration, so much joy. So yeah, I think all the experiences are very important. I wouldn't be the one and sitting here if I skip any of my destinations.
After those years building for someone else's showroom, what is that final push that made you actually decide on to take a leap of faith and starting your own company?
I've always been an entrepreneur. I've been doing my own. I've been working with my own clients since I was in the third year of my university, and then I was working with my mom, which I still consider that it haven't been. She was my boss, but also my mom, and so I've been in this field for a long time, and it's it's just me. I just love to do something new and create a new business, a new idea, and you integrate in new companies, and it wasn't something new for me. I always wanted it. I always had a dream to have my own showroom, and being my own boss, and yeah.
Amazing. You started this with your husband, Samuel. Like, what was it like to building a business with a spouse, and like, how did you really like define that work?
That's a journey. um, I think for everyone who is actually considering to work with their husband, they need to ask themselves a lot of questions, and like to ask if I'm ready to be with this person 24/7, if I'm ready to have a difficult conversation, or if I'm ready to talk about business even in night. And it's not, sometimes it's not easy, but we're our communication skills, I think, are great, and we can still talk about everything and discuss all the hard topics. And in general, it's amazing. You have your loving person next to you all the time. It's great.
What about Solana Beach? Like, what makes Solana Beach specifically for your move that actually made the right place for your showroom?
Solana Beach, and especially on the we're our showroom located right in the corner of Cedros Avenue and Loma Santa Fe. It's where the very popular and vibing Cedros Design District starting. So we're in the best location that could ever I could imagine, because we are, and right now I'm looking on a beach side. The beach is 4 minutes away. We have a lot of people walking by. It's a very vibing, beautiful street and place. So when we saw that this place was available, there was no there was no even thinking. I researched a lot of locations in Orange County, but then when this location came up, that was the one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's very beautiful, and the location is perfect for the showroom. And and inside the showroom, it was not too big, not too small, just a perfect size that I was envisioning. So everything, all the factors came together, and we decided to stay here.
I'm sure, like with opening up the showroom, there's like millions of different things, right? So sourcing, finding clients, all those admin, all that stuff. Like, what would you say would be the toughest part for you in the first year when you're just starting everything out?
I guess in the first year, the everything is a little bit different. It's difficult, right? Because you're building your new client base. You're building new relationship. I'm new to this to the San Diego County, so I don't have a huge community here. So everything is from scratch, and I in it's not. It's always fun because I meet so many beautiful and inspiring people here. And I guess the the main struggle was just waiting till it's all gonna happen. Because the production took time, then shipment, then installation, and it's all been very interesting. But just by waiting till everything comes together and shape this beautiful showroom, that was the most struggle for me, I think.
What about approaching to cabinetry? You've said, you approach cabinetry as an interior designers first. Like, what does that actually change about how the project starts, really?
For me, as an interior design with the many years of experience, I look at the project as a designer. I look right away. I look how I can change it to a better workflow, to a better layout for the family, where I could relocate some of the appliances, because not all architects or clients itself think through and have so much experience and knowledge what would actually work better. So knowing all the ergonomics, color palettes, and just knowing that people want, from all the experience that I have throughout all my long career. I've been in this business more than 20 years. And I believe it really helps people. They feel very relaxed, and they understand that they've been listened, and someone will take care of them, not just by selling them and upselling them the cabinetry that they don't need, or with the finish that would never work for them. So I think my interior design background helps me a lot, and it's very beneficial for all the clients that we have.
Mm. Most showrooms orders from a catalog, but you've
Mhm.
worked directly inside of the Italian factories. Like, what can you see or anticipate that others can't?
I know the engineering of of our products. I know all the details since I've been very close to all the factory um, representatives. I ask a lot of questions. I've been in so many Milan exhibitions and factories in general, so I know how all the process is going in how these products are actually built. And I think that that brings me a lot of confidence in my product, and I can stand behind my product. And I truly believe that it's great product, and the great product doesn't have to cost a fortune, and it should be available for most of the people. And yeah, and the main thing that I love about our product, it's all very sustainable. It's all great quality with all the certification that like the even Japan is they have dealership in Veneto Cucina in Japan is one of the most strict in terms of certification in all the lockers and special like minimum or formaldehydes and all the technical. So yeah, just by knowing my product, I feel great that I'm bringing this to the South California people, and I truly believe that they deserve it and they will need it.
On that, you've talked about like real European craftsmanship without unnecessary price inflation. Where does that markup like usually hide in the industry? Like, how do you strip it out for yourself or for your clients?
Well, from my understanding, initially it's made in Italy
Hmm.
would always increase the price right away. People will see it, people would think that it's very expensive because initially it was a very expensive product. But from uh, it's also a matter of companies. Some companies are very similar. The production is very similar to ours, but the pricing are much higher just because it's a different company. Just because they raise their brand, they have a much more brand awareness. They can sell it much higher. And but I honestly believe that it doesn't have to be that expensive, and people can like a regular family here in South California or even anywhere in California can afford modern Italian craftsmanship cabinetry and kitchen in particular, and it doesn't have to cost that much.
So Italian design, though, right? Like it's often just shortened for expensive. Um,
Yeah,
how do
but
you make it accessible without like cheapening it?
it's not about cheapening. The first, our company Veneto Cucina is one of the biggest Italian kitchen companies. Their production is very big. They're producing over 350 kitchens a day. So their capacity, and it's all about the volume. If so, they have a lot of different um, finishes, and everything produced in one place, so they can make it less expensive, and it's pretty much affordable in Italy. Every most of the Italian people in north of Italy, they know Veneto because that's their kitchen that they will go and buy. So
Mm.
by bringing it here, I'm bringing a very affordable, I wouldn't say luxury, but a very not amazing quality, amazing finishes, and beautiful kitchen to the local customers. And I have a very expensive product finish because our finishes it's 14 different categories, and then the same in the fourth like category one, the kitchen might cost like $20,000. But in the 14 category, it will be 45. So I can make the same layout of the kitchen over twice more expensive, but I can make it, and the main quality will be the same. It's just the finish, the material, the some no, even the hinges are the same.
Is there like a material or a finish or like an innovation that's coming out of Italy right now that most American homeowner have not seen yet or they don't even know about it?
I believe our stone, the ceramic stone finish, will it's something very unique here.
Can you
It's
explain?
so we have five different colors of ceramic doors. It's a very thin ceramic layer, a plate, like ceramic. I would say I wouldn't say tile, but it's a ceramic panel. It on an aluminum frame. It's very durable. It's amazing quality. It's amazing look, and we also have the same countertops, so we can wrap around the island. So the island looks like a monolith stone. It looks amazing. I have that island in my showroom, and it's been I think it's been a couple years that Italians started doing this stone finishes, and it looks gorgeous. And I think it's something that will be very popular. It will be more people will use it more and more, especially here on on the coast, because it's more durable. It's more humidity stable.
On that
This
end, what's the difference in your eyes between a kitchen that just looks good on like on the picture versus it actually works for the family that's living in there?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes designers and architects, they create something that is good for their Instagram, but actually not very livable for the family of kids and dogs and cats. So, well, usually almost every project I recreate according to the family needs, according to the questions that we discussed during our meetings, like how do you cook? Like I would not recommend to have like a very delicate veneer, light veneer wood for family with three kids and the dogs, and the mother or father cooking like chef on that kitchen. That kitchen will be might be damaged very soon. And veneers and wood, it's delicate material. It's expensive. It looks great, but for that type of family, I would recommend much more durable material to use for their kitchen.
What about the process of that, right? So you mentioned you need to ask the right question to the client, get to understand what the client does, how they're going to live in there. What are the process that you take from a client? So let's say, I'm calling you say, hey, Dasha, I've got a project that, I want you to help me on. What are the real stages or the actual process that you
Mhm.
take a client from, I have no idea, I'm calling you, to, hey, we're finishing the whole thing today?
Well, it's never today. It's always a process, and we, of course, we start with the conversation, the main questions about how you live, what is your flow, what are your family members, what do you actually want, in terms of your how many appliances do you cook. That's a lot. We have a special questionnaire that I have all questions that will help me create the best design for that particular family and in that particular house or apartment. Um, After that, after combining and discussing all the information with the client, we talk about finishes, of course, and some like color combinations, but we can play with that. Like, I really love to bring finishes to the actual house and see the finishes and lighting. So sometimes we change it. But in general, we do the first preliminary estimation and quote and design. We discuss it, and if the project is within the budget of our clients, they love our product, they would want to proceed and work with us. We're going in the second stage in the design phase. We're asking for retainer just because it takes a lot of time and effort to create drawings, to create renderings, and so we need a little bit of secureness that this time and effort will not going to be wasted. After this, we measure if we can, we measure the actual site, construction site, and we create very detailed drawings of the kitchen with all the specific notes where everything goes. We discuss every single drawer with the client when thinking what would go there. If they have a specific big Instapot, we would think where this Instapot will go in this kitchen, and we will create a specific drawer for that if we need to. And we also do the 3D realistic renderings. And yeah, so after all this very detailed work all together, sometimes it takes months with the client to finalize everything. And we proceed to the order. We send all our drawings in order to Italy, and they produce specifically for us the kitchen that we design. And they, after, depends on the material, 6 to 10 weeks, they ship it to us here in Port of LA. We're receiving, we checking everything, and the next step is the installation. We are also very strict about installation. We highly recommend to work with our installers. We have different teams for different projects, or if someone is busy. So we always have someone who will be available and will be working on the kitchen for the client that we're doing. And it's very important because the product is very unique. And for someone who never been installing European kitchen, it might be complicated because you need the special tools, you need a special knowledge, and some creativity sometimes. Yeah, so we highly recommend, and I'm also creating the installation. So we call it like white glove delivery, cabinetry delivery. So we work from the very beginning to the very end till the final accessory will be pulled in the drawer.
Mm. Realistically, what are the timeline expectations that a client can have from the first contact to finish of the project?
It's hard to say from the first contact because, as I mentioned, all the projects are different, and sometimes just by designing might take months. But after we confirm everything, it takes about a minimum of 4 to 5 months to get the kitchen order here. And installation again depends on the site, how the everything is ready on the site. And it might take a couple days, a week or 2 weeks. It's all very. Sometimes it's not in our hands to finalize it all fast, but we're trying hard to make it the most efficient way for our clients.
Gotcha. So realistically, we're looking at half a year to a year and a half, depending obviously the scope, how complicated the project is, and those things.
No. I mean, let's say the design phase, we wrap it all in a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a process. People need to really. Or sometimes I had a project that we've done in a week. When you have the client or architect who knows exactly what he wants, and he already made it on the drawings, or in it's all been thoughtfully made already. That's very easy. That we can do it very fast. But like in general, I think it takes about a month, and then it takes about 4 months to bring it, and then maximum a month to install everything. So we're looking at 6 month timeline. General.
What is the single common mistakes that you've seen of clients make when they're starting or planning out a kitchen renovation?
I think sometimes, and well, like most of the time, people start their construction phase before they start thinking about kitchen. You should have the kitchen ready before you start the construction, because it's so many details, and we can before we're in the construction phase, we can shift a little bit. We can make it a little bit longer, or we can stick to standards that will be much more efficient for the client. So I would say that the main the main mistake that I see, that most of the time clients are coming and they're already in need to they already like need it in 2 months, but they could have started the process a couple months prior and have much better product, much more thoughtful process. And I always try to explain that don't rush it. Like even if you will wait a couple months more, you will truly never regret when you will get this kitchen, this product, and you will be so many years to come happy, and you'll forget about this 2 month that was a little bit uncomfortable at the moment. But
Mhm.
in reality, it's worth the waiting.
You've designed like closets, living walls, bathrooms, on and on and on, not just the kitchen. What room do people most underestimate?
Good question. I think closets. Uh, people, well, the reality of American builders and how they build, they pre-made this for the doors already, and somehow whatever shelf and the hanging inside the closet, which is never functional. It's always the worst possible closet you can ever have. So what we usually suggest, especially if we are having a client on the stage of framing, we always suggest not to frame any additional framing on top or on the sides, and create a straight niche wall, floor to ceiling, and we will integrate a beautiful floor to ceiling, very functional closet that will be very easy and to use, and will bring you much more joy. Like, believe me. And closets, I love our product of closet, our line of closets. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. And the quality, the finishes, we have 1 inch thick panels, which I believe no one, like not none of the American competitors can offer here, or it will be like on the cost of a very high end. And yeah, well, that I really truly believe that closets in American building industry have to be changed.
When client says, I want it to feel calm and functional, like how do you translate something that vague to actually cabinetry decisions?
I mean, calm and functional. It sounds very Japandy and nice, and in coastal style. So I would do some natural tone woods with a very good functionality inside, with all the pull outs and drawers, and the most usable and comfortable openings. Yeah, the functionality should be, and just by again asking what is actually functionality for them. Is it how much like, is it important for them to have a coffee station right where they uh, need it to be? And that's where the functionality also comes in. We
Hmm.
need to think through all the details in the kitchen.
What's a question that you wish more clients asked you before they signing off on a design?
I think if they would ask me more about how would I do that, or where would I put my Instapot, for example, or where will my dog food be uh, storage? Just like questions that they really will ask when they will unpack their kitchen. Like, where would I put this? And this would help us create the most efficient and the best kitchen for them. Because the more we put the detailization in the beginning, knowing the very particular things for the client, like how many vases and what vase does she want to like show, right? And if it's a question in the beginning, that's very easy to integrate in the design.
Tell us about a project where the space, the budget, or the client pushed you somewhere that you didn't expect and you ended up loving the whole result.
I guess a couple projects where I was integrating shaker style. I cannot say that I was very loving it by design perspective, but just by helping a client to integrate the design and that they wanted was very interesting experience.
Mm. I know we talked about this before. You have a project prepped out for us to take a look at. If you can walk us through that whole entire process from the beginning to the end, where a client reach out to you of, hey, I need help with X, Y, and Z, and with the backstory of that, and all the way till you finish up the whole entire project for them.
Okay, so I'm gonna share a screen. So the client has had this old kitchen with the old frame cabinetry, and they wanted something more modern and unique. So that is before, and we ended up with this. Let's do that here. And that was
wow.
the kitchen after. We extended this wall by removing the partition wall here, and we added more tall cabinetry, and this is like a coffee nook now. So everything. This project was made actually in 5 months. To your question, I mean, well, design phase was a little bit longer because we were not designing it for a couple of months. But when we started design in early November, we finished everything pretty fast, and we ordered it in the end of November, and in February it all came here. We are providing that type of design drawings for the clients. So when we create design, we work through all the elevations and plans just to make sure that everything works for the client in terms of dimensions, all the entrance, all the and exits, and we are showing all the detailization on the elevation. You can see how many drawers you have inside. You see the shelving, lighting position, electricity position, electrical part that we require from the contractor to provide before we start installation. So that type of drawings really help contractor to finish the project properly for us, and for the client to be aware of all the small details and parts in the kitchen that they order. So you can see the pull-out corner unit with the kidney-shaped baskets inside. So that's a level of detailization that we provide. And on top of that, we also do 3D renderings.
Oh.
In the first stages in the design phase, we provide the full 3D renderings of the space to just to make sure that everything looks exactly how our designer or client envisioned. And basically, so this is the photo. This is 3D.
On the counter, it's a little vague, but it looks like you have a couple counters, and then the backsplash as the counter as well.
Well, this is actually, it's just a photo because the actual stone has a beautiful, very light veining,
Oh, okay.
like on the 3D renderings, but on the photo it's kind of blurred. We also gonna do like a more professional photo of this project at some in soon, but this one kind of. But yeah, it's a stone backsplash and the counter in the same stone quartz. It looks very beautiful, very cohesive, and just like um, combining all the kitchen together.
That's amazing. And you said the whole process about this one was about 5 months, roughly, from the beginning of the design to the finish of the project?
November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, we finished it in the middle of April. So it's been 5.5 months, something like that, with the installation, and that was the whole remodel project as well, because they were remodeling, they were changing the floors, they were removing the ceiling and some partition. So it wasn't just the kitchen in and out. It was more. That's why the construction phase and installation took a little bit longer.
Gotcha. For the ones that are thinking through right now, right? They have a kitchen or a bathroom or whatever space that they're thinking of. They're going through the process like, should I do this or should I not do this, or what should I do? Phase. What are the questions that you would ask them to kind of help them clear out their thoughts to be finding out what they wanted to do?
How many years are you planning to live in this house? First, right? And if it's like, I'm not planning to move, then are you happy with your kitchen? Are you happy with the storage that you have? Are you happy with the whole flow? How does it look like inside and out? And usually, especially here, 90% of the kitchen needs are very old. They either a very bad quality or they old and they need renovation. And most of the houses here were already paid off or on a very good rate. And most of the people have an opportunity to take a HELOC and spend this money for their renovation, and they will get not only the great investment and their house will cost more, but they will have a great, beautiful kitchen where they are spending the most time at home, especially if it's a mom or like anybody who is cooking. That is, I think it's the best investment that you can do
How
for
about
your
when
home.
you're planning out? What is the reasonable timeline and budget they should be prepared for?
Well, the problem is that cabinetry is not going to be the most expensive thing in your remodeling process. Cabinetry, I would say it's probably 30% of all the costs that you will experience with the construction if you're changing the flooring, the walls. So I would just consider that cabinetry will be the 30% of your budget.
Is there like a recommendation of your budget? Let's say, we take kitchen, for example. Is there like a range that you would uh, think through whether or not I should do, let's say, maybe a 10,000, 30,000 versus 30 to 50, 50 to 100? What are the questions that you would ask them to figure out, hey, what kind of the budget reasonably should they put into this project?
Well, everybody's budget are so different. If we're looking into coastal homes for $3 million, like I feel bad when I see kind of cheap cabinetry in that kind of a house. Is when these people, when they buy, they can afford to invest more 20 more K to have a beautiful kitchen that will last over 20 years, no problem. So just by we can provide. So for example, that kitchen that I just showed, it was $30,000 without
Of
comp.
material labors or
No, it was just the cabinetry.
oh cabinets.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just the cabinetry. So it could be it was a very it's a very durable, good materials. But if we go in high end materials like like veneers, that will be almost double. Or we can combine the, like, or it could be instead of 30, it will be 45. It will use some kind of a mixed materials. So the price is very versatile, and it all depends on the client's budget and preferences in finish.
Mm. Is there a particular method that you help clients going through when the clients have some sort of ideas of what they wanted to do, but they're not sure exactly we're going this particular catalog of this color of this
Yeah.
SKU product, for example.
My approach is to show the rendering, because sometimes, I've done it so many times in my career when customer will come and you will ask shaker, because the architect drew the shaker with a copy paste from all of their projects prior, right? And it's shaker, and I'm like, why? I don't know. Architects did that, and then I will show my product, and they will love it. And just by seeing and education, showing different examples, showing different inspirational pictures, or what I do, I really invest my time and create 3D rendering of this space for the client who is not actually know what he wants. And I envision my vision. I'm showing it, and most of the time that just look pretty, and people like it.
Mm. How is the future holds for you in the business? What is the next 5, 10 years for you?
We are planning to, well, our initial idea was to open 5 showrooms in 5 years. We are planning to expand into Orange County, Bay Area, probably LA, but this is TBD, but and more north as well. So we're very ambitious about that, and we'll see how it goes. But the goal is there.
Wow, that's amazing. What about the San Diego area in general? Do you see um, more people tailoring towards Italian, or I shall say, of like a minimalist approach of a little less lines, especially when we compare that to the shaker style, right?
Yeah.
Or is there a particular type of home that's calling for it, or type of people that's calling for it, or different type of area that's calling for design? Which I was telling you earlier, what's behind you looks amazing. I want to do that for myself. Is there a particular area or personality or houses that are asking this where they can be a best fit for each other?
I mean, I was surprised. Initially, I've been told that this area is more traditional, that more mm, that they like more shaker style and classic style. But from what I see now, I haven't seen anyone entering and wanting shaker. I have one shaker door on display, and I never showed it.
Wow.
So I feel very good and very fast transition here into modern, sleek cabinetry, especially with on a coast. You it like you seeing all this beautiful nature around you. You don't need anything more complicated. You want everything smooth, And right now, more and more designers, what I really love to see, more and more designers, they're going to Milan exhibition. That was like, it's every year in April. I've been there 10 more times. It's the most important exhibition for designers from my perspective in the world. And this year, the trend was that the kitchen is disappearing. Everything go like transitioning into different in the living room, in the dining room, and the kitchen itself as a room kind of disappears. Everything is smooth and in the same materials and very light, beautiful, cohesive, not intentional, and hidden, all the hidden like special doors to hide the kitchen. So this is the trend. This is the way Europe. This is where the Europe already in a couple of years, and I hope that this trend will slowly, but it will come here too, and people will be living in the beautiful, modern European interiors.
Mhm.
Right.
Amazing. Last but not least, where can people find you in your studio?
We're located right in the corner of Cedros Avenue and Loma Santa Fe, beginning of the beautiful Cedros Design District in Solana Beach. The corner unit looking right into intersection with the big Veneta Cucina sign. And I'm very welcome everybody to come and see and explore our new showroom with very beautiful European craftsmanship ideas and design.
That's fabulous. Dasha, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.